Do you feel like your kids are just eating you out of house and home? Mine have been home for about a week now, and I feel like if I hadn't planned ahead with an arsenal of lunches kind of planned and prepared for them, that I would just be throwing Lunchables at them left and right and spending all the money in the world just because they won't stop eating. And there's nothing wrong with that, but luckily I did plan ahead and I'm gonna share these meals with you. I have 15 kid-friendly lunches that are super inexpensive. Some of them are classics, some of them are new. I've been testing and trying these things out for a few months. Julian has been my tester for the most part. He's 5 and he gets home from kindergarten half day, so he was trying out all my lunch recipes, and thank goodness I have them because now we are prepared for the summer. We're gonna get started with number 1, which is a pizzadilla. That's a pizza quesadilla.
Okay, so for this kid-friendly, budget-friendly meal, we are making a pizzadilla, as I call it. This is one of Julian's favorites, right, Julian?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he loves the
And what
pizzadilla.
about the bagel ones?
Oh yeah, you love the bagel ones too. We do bagel pizzas. Those are also very popular.
Uh-huh.
So you just want to get a tortilla. Any tortilla will do. We happen to have these left over, these like tomato basil, but regular cheapo depot ones are just fine. Some sauce. I'm just using pasta sauce, like the cheap Hunt's pasta sauce, but you can use pizza sauce. It's very inexpensive. Add any toppings that you like in it. We like to do pepperoni, right, Julian?
Uh-huh. And you can put some pineapple if you want.
That is right. Getting pepperoni at the deli counter, if you have that option, is actually a lot less expensive than buying it, which is impressive. So, or buying it like in the packages. So I'm surprised by that, and now I'm gonna do that from now on. So I'm actually just going to microwave this like this. You can also just fold it over and put it in a pan to heat it up like that, or put it in the toaster oven or just your regular oven. Melt that cheese, get it crispy, but Julian likes it microwaved, right, Julian?
I like it crispy at all.
Yeah, he likes it soft. He does. So I'm just gonna move this right over onto this plate. We will fold it over, cut it in half, and Julian will enjoy his lunch. It's very inexpensive but delicious budget lunch.
Number 2 are pizza crescent rolls. These are so neat. We're staying on the pizza train. Who doesn't love a pepperoni pizza, especially kids? But this is something different and something really inexpensive you can make.
I'm just using these crescent rolls from Walmart. These come in at less than $2 for a container of them. You want to unroll all of your triangles, all of your dough. I'm just going to do it right on the baking sheet that I'm going to use. And you just want to sprinkle on a tablespoon or 2 of mozzarella. Do that on each one of the crescent rolls. Then place a few slices of pepperoni on each. Then roll up your crescent rolls starting at the shortest side of the triangle and ending at the tip.
Reminiscing about my own childhood lunches, I remember my dad used to make us butter and jelly sandwiches. Can you think of anything like funny that you used to eat as a child that now seems very odd? Go ahead and comment below. I think it'd be really fun to check out like what everybody used to eat.
We're just gonna bake these at 375 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna put them on the lower. So for me, this was 12 minutes. I thought the cheese would just like crisp up and be cute, but it just burnt. So I would just remove the cheese before you cook these. I thought it'd be fine. Not necessarily, but that's okay. Just know kids are picky. So these would be super fun for like a bunch of kids or like at a little party or something. I'm honestly just gonna take a paper plate here and give some to Julian, as he is my lunch tester. He'll very much enjoy that, but even just pour this sauce on here. I don't want him to have the glass. But you can see how fun it would be had there been more children here. So super easy, super cute.
Number 3 is corn dog muffins. These are so simple to make. You just want to grab a box of like Jiffy cornbread mix, whatever your favorite cornbread mix is, especially if you're like gluten-free, you can grab that kind too. And then you just cut the hot dogs into little pieces. You're basically making corn muffins, but you're gonna put the hot dogs inside of those It is super easy, super delicious, and you're not just making lunch for that day. They will last a couple of days. I do keep mine in the refrigerator. You just can heat them up for like 20 seconds in the microwave and they are good to go. Again, staying on that same type of thing, I also have these kind of wrapped cornbread hot dogs, and I actually made these like a month ago. I thought they were a really cool idea. I was like, these are the neatest like cornbread stuff that I got from Pillsbury. I ended up seeing it on Bunches of Lunches, which is like a huge channel, and I was like, this isn't my own idea. I thought this was like the best idea. So Bunches of Lunches did it. I will put that down below if you've ever checked them out. They make like the coolest kids lunches. Not necessarily 100% my style because very complicated. I mean, ish. Like she like paints these beautiful things. Anyway, I digress. Really cool channel. These are also really cool.
I mean, if it's a little loud because the air fryer is preheating, I'm gonna cook them in the air fryer. You can cook them however you want. We're actually just gonna follow package instructions on this cool little package of cornbread swirls from Pillsbury. And we're just gonna wrap them up just like we would a pig in a blanket, but we're switching it up and making it like a corn dog. And with these, you can do the whole hot dog, or I'm gonna ask Julian actually, do you wanna do the whole hot dog with the cornbread wrapped around it, or do you want me to cut it up into little ones like pigs in a blanket? Okay, you don't want me to cut it up into small pieces? No. Okay. How many do you want?
How many corn dogs? 2.
2, okay. We're gonna cook them in the air fryer at 330 degrees for about 8 minutes because that is what the instructions say. And because I have extra of these, I'm just gonna make extra rolls on the side. But I recommend just making them all if you can.
Hi.
So Julian already ate like at least one of his.
What happens here?
Uh-oh.
I don't want to eat that.
What do you think?
Good.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's a winner.
Uh-huh.
I'll have this again sometime.
Those are pretty cute, right? And then for number 5, it's a homemade Lunchable. Lunchables they can add up, and like I said, I'd probably be throwing it with my kids every day if I didn't have this list. But I'm super happy that we can make Lunchables at home for like pennies on the dollar, and I'm gonna show you how. For lunch today, we're just doing a homemade Lunchable, and we're gonna be using just these Walmart Ritz type crackers. And it's just different. If you call it a Lunchable versus cheese and crackers or a snack plate or something, although my kids love a snack plate, it just is more exciting for them. For me, I snagged a bunch of lunch meat like this on 50% off and just stashed it away right in the freezer. And that way I can just take it out and it's still good for a few days, even though it was like close to its expiration when I purchased it. Super simple. I'm just gonna cut these into 4s. So I have 8 slices of ham. I actually have like 4 cracker sandwiches, so you can put 2 in each or not, however you want to do it. And then I just use 2 slices of cheddar cheese, and that's my cheese. And then I'll put like a little sweet treat and a piece of fruit, and we can even do like a Capri Sun because that's what they have in Lunchables. So another type of Lunchable I recommend is like a pizza Lunchable. And so those run $5 to $7 each. But if you snag some of these non-rounds, and then there's even like the idea of using an English muffin. I got these 50% off, so they were $2.50 for the whole package of 12 of them. So you could pretty much get like 4+ lunches out of them for the kids. And obviously you can pay the $5 too, but it's gonna be way cheaper than buying each individual Lunchable. Then a little bit of mozzarella. Obviously buy the big blocks if they're cheaper. This happened to be on sale, so I did get the shredded. I just like to use like regular pasta sauce. This is the cheap stuff, but there's also pizza sauce is super inexpensive. And then I recommend checking your local deli counter for pepperoni because it's much cheaper to buy it at the deli counter than it is to buy in those packages. Those run like $3 or $4, but this is really cheap. And then you just, put the things separately and let your child's imagination run wild. They can make their own pizzas and you didn't have to spend all the money. It's an exciting, exciting thing. For number 6, you can make a really cute yogurt parfait. So I didn't even make this that cute, but Julian absolutely loved it. You just do some Greek yogurt. You can do your favorite flavor or just plain. cover that in some fresh fruit and then some granola. I actually make like a homemade granola. I'll put the recipe down below in the description box for you. I'm not gonna like make it for this video necessarily, but it is amazing. And when you put those three things together, I mean, it's almost like having dessert for lunch, but it is pretty healthy. Another thing that my kids love that I can make ahead of time is an egg salad sandwich. I can make up a ton of eggs, and thank goodness they are cheaper these days. You can get like 60 at my local Walmart for $5 or $6, which is kind of back down to the prices it used to be. So they're super easy summer budget thing to make. You can just boil up a bunch of those eggs and then mash them up with some mayonnaise, salt, pepper. If you have some celery, you can put it in there, a little Dijon mustard, whatever your favorite way to make egg salad is, and then use whatever bread that you like. Sometimes we like to use like a hamburger bun because that's what we have left over, or like a hot dog bun is really fun too, or just some homemade sourdough bread or just regular bread from Walmart is super amazing. Number 8 is a chicken sandwich, like a chicken patty. This is what the kids get at school. Tommy likes to get it on Thursdays. We're like, it's chicken sandwich day. The best, right? I can get the package. I think it's like 12 patties from Weaver for $3.99. I'm sure if you have like one of those box club memberships, you can get them even cheaper. It is super simple to just buy some hamburger rolls, add some cheese to it. Julian sometimes likes to add some avocado. Tommy doesn't like cheese. He's my 7-year-old. He likes to have just ketchup on his. But whatever way you want to make it, they are super easy and super inexpensive. You're getting a ton of lunches for next to nothing.
Yummy chicken sandwich.
For number 9, we have a tuna mac and cheese. Now this is great because you're taking something that's super inexpensive like macaroni and cheese like this, just the box stuff, and then adding protein to it. I'm gonna show you how to make it right here.
I'm gonna start off with 1 box of macaroni and cheese, and for some reason I ended up with the thick and creamy kind from Walmart, but it does not matter what type you have as long as you have the orange cheese one. You don't want like the white cheddar shells. I don't think that would, I mean, I think it would still be delicious. It would just be a little different, so I can't vouch for the taste on that and the design of the recipes. They are really designed to be working with your orange mac and cheese. So you just want to follow the directions on the back of the box when you're making your macaroni and cheese. And for this recipe, it's going to be as simple as adding a can of tuna and a little bit of peas to it. Now you could go a step further and maybe even add some spinach. If you have some like frozen or fresh spinach, just make sure you wilt that down. You could put that in there. You could add a can of chicken even. I think chicken with some peas would be delicious in this as well. The great thing is this is something that you can make off of all shelf-stable pantry items. So it's not something you need to have on hand. And even like the milk, you can have shelf-stable milk and you'll be ready to go. And I have many a time, if I don't have butter or margarine to put in my mac and cheese, just substitute it either for a little bit of oil or just put extra milk in, or if I don't have milk, just put extra butter in, and the macaroni and cheese takes it very well. It is a very versatile meal option. So once you add that tuna in there, you want to make sure you drain that can, or if you have like a tuna in oil, I haven't tried that, but it could be delicious and it probably would add a little extra calories if you are looking for inexpensive calorie boosting items. Then I added about a ½ cup of peas. I had just cooked these according to the package. They were frozen peas. You could also use canned peas if you have them on hand, and mix that well together. This was so shockingly delicious, and it's almost like, I remember a while back, my friends were into what they called, I think it was like tuna surprise or tuna noodle casserole, but I think it was called tuna surprise. And it's basically like mayonnaise, tuna, pasta, and any other veggies you can cut up in there. And it's really good. It's actually a great lunch. So this is kind of like a warm macaroni and cheese tuna surprise. And I was shocked and surprised and excited that my son Julian, who is obsessed with macaroni and cheese for lunch, liked this tuna with the addition of the peas. And I'm very happy about that, because now he's going to not only have his macaroni and cheese, which I was always a little bit nervous about, you know, the nutritional content. He's also going to have some protein and some vegetables.
Good.
Delicious, huh?
Yeah.
You gonna have that every day now?
Number 10 is actually a favorite from our $5 10-minute meals. It's frozen burritos. Those are also delicious as kids' lunches, and there's something nice to keep in the freezer that you can make at any time. Next up, we have these Goldfish chicken nuggets, and you do have to kind of plan ahead to make these, but you can make a ton of them for really cheap. So you just want to buy some chicken breasts, hopefully on sale, or defrost some that you already bought on sale, and then we're just rolling them in ranch dressing.
And you want to ground up some goldfish.
You bake those and you have your own Goldfish chicken nuggets. These are super delicious and healthy because it's just that chicken breast like that. It's a great way to get your kids to eat some protein with a little bit of zazz of flavor. They also freeze up super well, and then you can pop them in the oven or air fryer.
To cook these initially, you just want to bake them at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Just make sure that that chicken is fully cooked.
For number 12, I have these cream cheese roll-ups. These are great to make ahead, and you can make a bunch of them. They're good for lunches, and they're also good for snacks. You can do them on like a spinach wrap, and it's a great way to get some extra veggies in your kids. These are always a big hit in my family, and Dan and I grab them all the time too.
I'm gonna put in some diced red pepper, some diced up scallions, so 8 ounces of cream cheese softened with about a half a cup of shredded cheddar and a couple tablespoons of ranch dressing. And you just mix this all up together and then put it onto your wraps. Then you put in whatever filling you want. So like I said, I'm going to use the red pepper, the scallions, and some ham, and you want to roll it really, really tightly and then wrap it in plastic wrap and then leave it in the refrigerator for 4 hours up to 24 hours, and then you want to slice it. In this case, I just left it in the fridge for a few hours and then sliced them, and they turned out beautiful and were so delicious. But if you're not a ham fan, go ahead and use some turkey or any other thing that you want. You could even use vegan cream cheese, vegan cheddar, and put a bunch of vegetables in here. They really are amazing and kind of forgiving. Like, you can put anything that you are interested into these wraps, and I promise you they will be delicious.
Number 13 is a pizza bagel, and you know, those pizza bagels that are just gonna kill and burn the roof of your mouth that you put in the microwave. It's not quite those. These are homemade. They are so much better, so much healthier, and so much cheaper. You can make up a bunch of them. You can put them in the freezer and then pop them in the toaster if you'd like to do that. Or you can just make them up on the day of. They are super simple.
So I just bought some mini bagels from the store. There's all different brands, all different types. Grab what you like. And then I'm going to cut those in half, place them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper, or you can use tin foil, or you can put them right on the pan. It's not a big deal. And then you want to place about, I don't know, teaspoon, tablespoon of sauce, however much you like, on the bottom of those. I'm just using regular marinara sauce. I didn't have any pizza sauce, so you can use whatever you have or whatever you like, topping it with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. And then if you have those mini pepperonis, those are so cute on this, but I just did not have the ability to get those. So I just sliced up my bigger pepperonis into quarters and then placed those on top. And like I said, you can put anything that you want on these. So if you want to do like a little chopped up peppers and onions, or some mushrooms, some olives, whatever you like, have at it. I think you could even do like a buffalo sauce with some mozzarella and chicken, some buffalo chicken ones. That would be good too. You just want to cook them in the oven at 425 degrees for about 6 minutes, and they are so amazing and delicious when they come out.
And for 14 and 15, I'm just going to remind you of some old classics. SpaghettiOs are super delicious, and that kind of goes along with anything Chef Boyardee. You know, probably give them some sliced up carrots or cucumbers to go on the side, but a can of this will make a good lunch. It's super simple, especially if you're in a pinch or it's a rainy day, and it makes the kids happy. 15 is our cup o noodles, or you can just make regular ramen, but what kid doesn't love a salty surprise such as these? These are super fun because they're individual size. They are a little bit more expensive than getting like the little square of them, but worth it because it's all in one cup and easy cleanup. You just throw them away when you're done. So that is it. I hope you're inspired and you're not throwing Lunchables at your children all summer. You have some great ideas up your sleeve. Go ahead and head to my website to kind of print out all of these. I have them all in a blog post, and it's a great thing to kind of add to that summer binder so that when it is lunchtime, you can say, hey kids, we have a list, we have options. And if you're looking for some more cheap and easy meal ideas that will not break the bank and your kids are gonna love, click on this next video and make sure the next time you're on YouTube, you're watching Meals with Maria.